Alright everybody, this is the last video and I want to first and foremost take the time to thank everybody for watching and buying this book and purchasing it. I hope that it serves you well in implementing preventative-based practices in your schools, and of course if you need any assistance or further consult, you can reach out to any of the speakers, including myself, in regards to helping you out in implementing preventative-based practices and mental health multi-tiered systems of support within your school district or community agency. When I think to back to preventative practices and multi-tiered systems of support, I want to stress that this is not a one profession model. This is a profession. This is a model that needs to engage all professions, and everybody can help each other out. School psychologists certainly be working hand in hand with general education teachers, special education teachers, and administrators to help facilitate this process. They can be often leaders in many ways in implementing this process, but certainly should be taking into account best evidence-based practices for doing so, and I hope that this book outlines those best evidence-based practices for you. In regards to thinking about why we should really engage in preventative practice to provide our children early supports and early interventions so that they don't become into bigger deficits later on, I like to think of the medical model. And surgical procedures and the instruments used for surgery. We went to a medical model or a hospital now today, and we went in and a doctor was going to operate on us with old tools from like the 1960s, 1950s, 1940s. I don't think we would want that happening still. I think that there would be a lot of apprehension on anybody's part going in and saying, why are we using tools from the 1940s and 1950s to perform surgery when we have minimally invasive robotic surgery available. And often I know that that is the case. That we are not using these tools anymore that often in medical hospitals around the world. We have upped our game in regards to getting minimally invasive robotic surgery. And when I think back, and I think, schools need to be welcoming that in. They need to be welcoming in the new model, because if we were to walk into a school, we really want our kids walking into a school district with a refer test place model in the place from the 1960s, 50s, and even, and more importantly, even the 70s. The best part about it is it happened in the 70s. Will we really want our child walking into a district that's still implementing refer tests in place from the 1970s? And tools and instruments that are used from the 1970s, I think the answer would be no. We want our children receiving medical treatment and surgical procedures using instruments from the 1970s as opposed to modern technology. I think the answer would be no. So we really want to embrace multi-tiered systems of support in that regard. It's like a new technology. It's something that's new, but the basics are old, and the bases are in regards to preventative practice, in which we should have been doing all along. Our old model of practice is that every student is the same, and we sit in rows, and we learn all the same, and then if students are having difficulty, well, they're going into special education. Our new model of practice is, hey, listen, every child is different, they're going to learn differently, they're going to behave differently, they're going to react differently, and they ought to receive an equal shot at benefiting from their instruction, even if it requires early intervention. And we need to be embracing such a model, and I think there's no disagreement in that. There would be horror and shock if we saw tools from the 1970s in our school districts being used today when we have better options available. And I think that through working together, we can all welcome in multi-tiered systems of support, and I know and have hope that you all will. And if you have any questions or any concerns, of course, consult your school psychologist. Consult me, consult anybody in these videos. We are all here to help you, and we are all here to work with you, and I really do wish you the best. Please keep in contact. I love to hear your success stories about implementing multi-tiered systems of support in your schools. I love to hear how we can make this better and work together in the future. Please feel free to email me, GESCHAFFER@gmail.com, to tell me more. Thank you, and I hope you have all a good time implementing this model in your schools and community. Thanks, and goodbye.